Back in the golden age of my elementary school days, my friends and I had a sacred Friday night tradition: our amazing dance performances. We would spend the entire night choreographing a 2-minute piece for our parents, but one issue we always ran into was who was going to be front and center. I know it seems like a trivial issue now, but then I was set that I was going to be in Shakira's next music video because these hips, they don't lie. Despite my amazing dance skills, I realized that it would have been a lot more fun if we just danced together, rather than arguing. After all, it looked like Hunger Games, but less survival skills and more jazz hands. In our society today, we prioritize a culture of egoism rather than collectivism. And because of this, the 2007 book Habits of the Heart found that us Americans speak the first language of our personal goals and ambitions, and only the second language of our collective good and well being. And that's my concern. Individualism has seemed to be this toxic mindset that has detrimental effects permeating our society. So, first, let's enter the dance floor as we analyze the root causes of individualism. Next, let's wiggle around a bit as we find out exactly what effect this has until we finally come together with our friends and family and look for a solution. Has it ever felt like grabbing the TV remotes like winning the mini Olympic? Suddenly, friends and families all become stark individualists just to control the evening's entertainment. When there's one slice of pizza left in the box, and suddenly it's every person for themselves. Well, just as that cheesy slice of pizza or that coveted TV remote, this translates into our lives as high schoolers as well. It seems as if society has pitted us against one another in the battle of college admissions. We always are competing and working against each other to achieve our goals, rather than realizing the true potential and benefits of working together. But it doesn't just end there. This carries in highly collaborative fields such as the food industry and architecture. As the New York Times 2023 article found that architect critic Alexandra Lang said, newsletters and videos, they only highlight the one person who supposedly does it all. And we must put an end to this culture. Tejal Rao, a food critic, said that normally it only highlights the star chef, erasing the contributions of many. And this is seen in our everyday lives. Social media, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or Snapchat, we seamlessly scroll through it not thinking about what's being put out there. Content creators think about the likes, the followers, and the subscribers, but do they ever truly consider what message is being put out there? As small and trivial as this issue may seem, this translates into global and national level conflicts such as the Israel and Palestine and the Russia and Ukraine conflict. Within these conflicts, it has polarized our nation as a whole, depending on what our thoughts and our opinions are on our current world affairs. This has fragmented our society on even a deeper level, and this concern is highlighted in a Times 2023 article when our current Senator Murphy Brown noted that one of the most pressing social and civic issues today is the issue of individualism. And individualism has negative effects that hurt our society in more ways than one. Picture this. Imagine you're a farmer who relentlessly grazes and grazes for more cattle. Suddenly, your lush green pastures turn into barren wastelands, draining the shared resources of all. Well, you got me. This isn't about farming, but it's an economic concept known as the tragedy of the commons, and it serves as a cautionary tale to all. Individualism is seen in one of our world's biggest leaders, Vladimir Putin from Russia. By waging war on Ukraine, it has led to countless lives being lost, countless buildings being burned, and fragmenting the society of Russia and Ukraine as a whole. But not only that, this has affected people who live in other places on an even deeper level. And this leadership style is similarly seen in North Korea with Kim Jong-un, as his suppressive regime and his close personality has led to multiple human rights abuses, suppression of freedom of speech and expression, where his own citizens feel as though they cannot trust him. But I'm not merely saying that individualism is having personal goals, because it's not that. It's also an act of isolationism. During the COVID-19 pandemic, more specifically how nations dealt with it, China decided to isolate themselves from the rest of the nations. By doing this, the National Library of Health and Medicine found that there was a 35.5% vaccination hesitancy. And due to this, they had one of the highest death tolls initially. So no, individualism isn't just a mindset. It is leading to countless lives being lost, our society being fragmented as a whole, and repercussions even further than we can imagine. But I can't say that I'm some saint on this topic, because there are moments that I've been an individualist as well. In my life, I prioritize 3 things: my friends, family, and school. I would never really think further than that. My extended family would come to visit every summer, but I would have this self-imposed barrier that stopped me from forging meaningful relationships. And they say life has a way of revealing its blind spots. And for me, that came with a tragic loss. During the COVID-19 pandemic, my great-grandfather fell ill. The guy who would walk me to the grocery store in India to get my favorite dairy milk chocolate, and who would walk me around the park next to my old house. And I felt helpless, because the only thing I could do was stare through that Zoom screen or that FaceTime screen while he experienced the last moments of his life. And as helpless and as hurt as I felt, what I witnessed on the other side of that call was a heartwarming moment. Friends, families, aunts, and uncles, they all came to support him in the last moments of his life. And that was the moment when my self-imposed barrier broke. I realized that my extended family is a plethora of love, warmth, and support. And I wish I had realized that sooner. And because of that, I'm here speaking on this issue today so we don't take advantage of the relationships and the people that are brought into our lives. Rather, we embrace it. So it is time we shift from this toxic, individualistic me rather to the collective, supportive we. Together, we can weave a tapestry of progress that unites us and our collective potential as a whole, binding our nation together. I'm not saying that we should let go of our personal goals and ambitions, because that helps us define who we are, but rather we can think about our community's problems and looking it under a collectivist light. An example of this is The Industry, an experimental opera company where Yuval and Sharon Lugar worked together to create a different approach. By working with directors, music composers, and various musicians, they were able to create a piece and a composition where everyone had equal contribution. Due to this, their dynamics improved significantly. Everyone felt as if they had an equal part to play in the company's success. But not only that, no one felt as if they were alone. And a testament to this strength as well was seen during COVID-19. I mean, it is truly remarkable how our entire nation was able to come together and scientists were able to create a vaccine to a virus we have never seen before, all within 1 year. And there are steps we can take to improve our society. First, let's embrace collaboration over competition. Create space for open conversation to voice our concerns and issues we are facing. And finally, working together as a society to address issues and problems that we face. As Helen Keller once said, alone we can only do so little, but together, oh, we can do so much. So now, I invite you all to come and enter the dance floor. But let's take a step back from the center spot and come together with our friends and family. Thank you.